Hello everyone, Dr. Richard Decloux here, also known as Decloubach. I have an exciting video for you today, and the occasion is the soon-to-be released Word on Fire Bible Volume 2. I already have the Word on Fire Bible Volume 1, which includes the 4 Gospels, but this second volume, which I haven't even unboxed yet, I'll do that shortly, includes the rest of the New Testament, Acts, letters, and the book of Revelation. And I'm really excited about this because I absolutely love the first volume. It's a very beautiful Bible to read and to use, and it's full of wonderful artwork. So here you have the Call of St. Matthew by Caravaggio. And what's great about it is there's also explanations about the artwork within the Bible. It kind of gives you a better education where the artwork came from, what it means, things you might miss just by looking at it yourself. And it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful Bible. And it also includes commentaries from saints and scholars from across the entire range of Catholic history, going back to the early church fathers, from those like Augustine, you got St. Francis, St. Thomas Aquinas in the scholastic period, and people like Venerable Fulton Sheen, and of course also commentary written by Bishop Robert Barron himself. So there's a lot of great materials in this first volume. And at first, I'll admit, because the layout is different than most Bibles, it took me a little bit of time to get used to it. But I actually really like the way they laid it out. It is clear what is a Bible text versus what's commentary, but it's just very beautifully put together. It's just very pleasing to look at, and thus, I think, easier to read as well. And so I highly recommend it. And one thing that I think this Bible does a great job of is respond to a request by the Second Vatican Council in Dei Verbum that I haven't really seen anyone else doing. And so I want to read you a little quote, and I'm going to use the Word on Fire Vatican II collection, which I also highly recommend. It also includes commentary by Bishop Barron, as well as excerpts from the popes since the council and popes from the council, showing how the teaching has been taught since then, referring back to the council itself. I've got a 6-part series on that coming out sometime in the spring, I believe. And we've already started doing reading plans for the Vatican II collection. The Verbum has already happened. Next, we'll do Lumen Gentium and so on. And I highly encourage you to pick up a copy of this as well and go through the texts, watch those video lessons that you have access to, and that'll help you. But there's a great quote that's very rarely mentioned, even by scholars, and it's in Dei Verbum number 25, the very last paragraph of that section. It reads, "Furthermore, editions of the sacred scriptures provided with suitable footnotes should be prepared also for the use of non-Christians and adapted to their situation. Both pastors of souls and Christians generally should see to the wise distribution of these in one way or another." Well, Word on Fire has taken up that call, and as you'll note, they make a reference to this goal in the beginning when it says, "First, this Bible, is especially geared towards those who, for a variety of reasons, are not affiliated with the Christian faith, or indeed with any organized religion." And so it wants to focus on presenting a Bible that will be appealing to non-Christians and people not affiliated with the faith, to try to help encourage them to read the Bible more. And I think this does a beautiful job because it gives great excerpts that are clear to understand. It helps explain the Bible in a way that's accessible, not overly, scholarly, but is still very solid and uses scholarly resources, but in a very effective way for evangelization. reaching those who aren't scholars and the like. And because of that, even though the primary target is non-Catholics and non-Christians, it's still very useful for Catholics as well, of course, because of all the great commentaries that you have. There's also, commentaries from people like G.K. Chesterton in here. So there's so many great aspects to this. It even has like Greek word studies to help you understand key terms and what they meant in the original Greek of the New Testament, which helps you unpack what Scripture is telling you in general. So I highly encourage you. I mean, I love using this for biblical meditation, reading and then contemplating the mysteries present in here. It's one of the best resources I've found for that purpose. And as you can see, it's very beautiful. Now, it's available in different bindings. So here's the paperback of Volume 1. There's also leather-bound available as well as hardcover. I believe this one I have here, the Volume 2, is leather, and it's I'm excited to see what it looks like in person because I have not seen it yet. So, without further ado, let's open this up, and while I do that, I'll also give you some other information. So, the first volume, as I mentioned, came out in June of 2020, and this new one is going to be coming out January 17th, 2022. And this volume, because it includes Acts, all the letters, and the book of Revelation, is like 40% larger, something like that. So, let's see, it's 250 pages longer than the other version. Wow, that's really nice. So this is the leather edition. Let me pull this out. I love how it has the Ecce Agnus Dei on the front. It's a beautiful embossing on the front there. So, oh wow. Yeah, it feels really good when you open it up. This leather, I believe it's from Germany, German leather. So a little bit of the inside. Beautiful artwork there, reflecting the cover. I'm very excited about this. I mean, even the table of contents is just really beautiful to look at and to read. Man, yeah. So with this new edition, there's also new saints and fathers of the church that you'll encounter, like Origen, St. Ambrose, even Tertullian, and St. Maximus the Confessor. There's stuff from Dante, St. Catherine of Siena, Edith Stein, and even Tolkien. So I think that's really awesome. And let's see. Flannery O'Connor. It's got stuff from her as well, which is wonderful. Oh, wow. Okay. Beautiful artwork there. It's got these introductory essays, too, written by some of our fellows and others. So, like, one of my great colleagues, Andrew Petiprin, has the introduction to the Acts of the Apostles. And it's just, if you look at it, I'll give you an idea here. So this is the end of chapter 1 and beginning of chapter 2 of Acts. So you'll notice up here you've got the Bible itself, and then you've got some commentary here. So you've got Matthias chosen to replace Judas. And, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, that's actually, so, sorry, this is the actual biblical text. This is part of the commentary. But then over here, and they separate it wisely using a different background, you have an excerpt from St. Augustine, and saying why there needed to be 12, referencing the apostles. So I love the coloring. Like, you've got this gold sort of color that kind of highlights different sections. Like here and they use different background colors when you have like two side by side, so they stand out better. Makes it look even more beautiful. So this is a excerpt from St. Bede. You got one from Pope Benedict XVI down here, and it really is just, it feels really good. You've got like these things like this that help make it pop even more. Little quotes there, just to make it pleasurable to read. So, as an example of what I was saying before, we're really big at Word on Fire on the via pulchritudinis, which is the way of beauty, how beauty itself can be revelatory of the truth and lead towards an appreciation and a love for the truth. And so again, you'll have like works of art, like this Pentecost painting, and then you'll have like an essay, like this one's by Father Steve Greneau, explaining the meaning behind this painting. And so it really gives you a good idea, and it'll even highlight different sections, so you get little snippets focusing you on one aspect of the painting with explanations about the symbolism contained therein. So you can even get more out of the artwork that's presented as well. Like here you have an icon as well of the Blessed Virgin with a commentary, an essay written by Michael Stevens to explain it. And then, as I was saying before, you get like these. This is an essay by Bishop Barron. So it's just really, really beautiful. And it's not just like paintings as well. Like, look here, you have a picture of a statue of St. Peter with another essay explaining what that is all about. And so it's just, I'm really excited about it. And it does come with this like gold colored ribbon as well, which I always appreciate having ribbons because I never have enough bookmarks, and it just is a lot easier to keep track of things when you've got the ribbon there for you. Like the paperback obviously doesn't have that, but with this leather edition you do. And you'll see, if I put them up side by side, how much thicker this one is. And it's not just because of the leather, it's because there's a lot more pages, like 250 more pages. And what I love about this, as I mentioned before, is the outreach, because you have, I mean, when the first edition came out, it sold out within hours, and I think to date they've sold over 250,000 copies. So this is just an amazing feat in such a short period of time. And yet it really is. I love how it combines wonderful scholarship without being too academic, by carefully choosing different excerpts from saints and doctors of the church and beloved Catholic authors to help you understand the Bible more and to love the Bible. And that's what I think is especially important for this. You not only grow in your understanding, but in your love and appreciation for sacred scripture. And that's really what it's all about. So I can't wait to start using this. I'm absolutely thrilled with it and how it looks. And I think you'll find that to be the case for yourself as well if you pick up your own copy. Like I said, the layout, initially, it kind of struck me because it was just so different than most Bibles, but I think in a good way. It's not just, oh, here's the main text and here's some footnotes that you got to go down to in small print and try to read and nitpick through it. It really sets off the commentary from the main text so that both are readable and distinguishable, but in good font. It's an easy font to read. Even the page quality is really good as well. Like, I don't really see any or much ghosting or anything like that. So it's, even just turning the pages is really nice. The the page thickness is a really good thickness. It's not overbearing, but it's not too thin. Sometimes with Bibles you get that onion skin, which can easily tear, and you can kind of see through it, which I don't really care for. But this is really high quality paper. As I said, the binding and the cover are also really high quality. Like, it just opens really well. I just open it up to the middle, and again, I just got this, and usually this can be a problem, but it's staying flat. I think that's partly because of the page weight. It actually keeps the pages down, so they're not like having like a cowlick effect on the Bible. And so I just wanted to show that to you, because I think it's just, again, it's something that you'll actually enjoy reading, which helps, because a lot of us want to read the Bible, but we're often, it can almost seem like a chore, unfortunately. But this really helps draw you in because of the sheer beauty of it, the wisdom of the commentaries that are inserted into it, and the way that it's laid out. So I do highly encourage you to grab a copy of this. Yeah, so I'm excited. I hope you guys will consider picking up one of these for yourselves. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, whenever that might be. And please do check out the Word on Fire Institute, whom I work for as the Cardinal Henri de Lubac Fellow of Theology. And we have a lot of great content. Consider becoming a member. We have over 17,000 members already. It's grown really fast. And there's so many great benefits to it. It's not just the online courses you get, as well as the access to all of the Word on Fire digital content, like the Catholicism series. There's also a beautiful quarterly journal called Evangelization and Culture. It's really well done. I mean, it's a beautiful journal with all sorts of articles on important topics regarding the faith and evangelization. So do consider becoming a member there as well. It's well worth it. But again, I encourage you to pick up both of these volumes. They are absolutely beautiful to behold, wonderful to use, and yeah, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. So great job to the publication team on this. I think it's even better than than I expected. So just to make sure I didn't miss anything, but yeah, you can go to wordonfire.org/Bible2 for this new edition. And if you want to see more photos and videos and frequently asked questions, you can go to wordonfire.org/Bible-press, and I'll include links in probably a pinned comment and maybe in the description as well, so that you can have easy access to these things. And I highly recommend this. I think you won't be disappointed. Take care, and God bless. I wanted to add this addendum to my unboxing video. One thing I noticed after I finished that video is something that I really appreciate that is actually not that common to find, and that is line matching. This is something I really appreciate, because ghosting, where you can kind of see the text from the other side of the page on the side of the page that you're reading, which can be distracting. One way to help mitigate that is not just paper thickness, but also by line matching, meaning that on both sides of the page, the script is located on the same lines. So if that makes sense. So you might not be able to see that here, but I'll try. You can kind of tell. It's easier to see in person, but you can kind of see it here. So the text on this side is in the exact same alignment as the text on this side, so that the text on the back side of the page is a lot less noticeable than on the front, and that's a very good production quality, because you don't find that on a lot of Bibles. And so it's something I particularly wanted to mention and added it into this video. So I hope that's helpful as well. Another great benefit.